I've heard a lot of stories from people, the experience they had coming through Pier 21 and the reasons why they had to leave.
My husband, his parents were killed during the war.
The sacrifice that she put herself through to give us a better opportunity in this great country.
Civil war erupted in Lebanon. I was 17 years old. I was called on the front lines. One night was very bad. My mother couldn't sleep. She said, "You gotta go." I came here for my future.
Please welcome these strangers into your homes, because amongst them there may be an angel. I received a call from Mr. J.P. LeBlanc asking me if I would join the Pier 21 Society. I have to confess, until that point I had never heard of Pier 21. I was so impressed by his knowledge into what was needed to help revitalize Pier 21. When we opened on Canada Day 1999, there were 10,000 people out front. It was the most amazing day.
Bonjour, bienvenue au Musée de l'Immigration du Quai 21. Hello, welcome to Pier 21, the Canadian Museum of Immigration.
I arrived here on the 27th of April 1951 from the Netherlands. After the tours you get stories. The stories how they came to Pier 21, and the happy stories of course are always nice. The sad stories we have quite often that there are tears shed here.
When we first landed and we were getting ready to get on the train, this gentleman comes to my mother and says, "Signora, you're going to be in the train for 2 days and 2 nights to reach Toronto, and on the train there is no food," and indicated a little store within the warehouse at Pier 21 and said, "Go to that store and pick up a loaf of bread and some canned meat, you know, the spam meat," and proceeded to give my mother the money, something I'll never forget.
Pier 21 is who we are. I mean, when I go to Pier 21, I remember the first day I came to this country. Imagine yourself. You don't know what tomorrow is for you.
The Canadian Museum of Immigration at Pier 21 is almost like a museum that is a collection of albums. If you go into an attic and you find there is an album, there are pictures of your grandfather, of your father, and of your great-great-grandfather, the first day they arrived to this country. What would you do with it? You're going to preserve it. You're going to share it. And this is the Canadian Museum of Immigration is all about.
Pier 21 10 years ago was really formed to celebrate the stories of Pier 21. Now the mandate is to celebrate the stories of immigration across Canada. And being a national museum allows us to do that.
My favorite part in the museum is doing tours. They share with me a lot of stories, and that feels like I am not alone in this country.
My entire family works towards that goal of fundraising, because we want to make sure that the memories of those of us who immigrated through Pier 21, or who immigrated to Canada, are kept. And now with it being a national museum, we can really make sure that every one of our memories are repeated for our children and our grandchildren.
Gibran Khalil Gibran is a Lebanese poet, very famous. He said, "I felt in my heart to give a little because I was given so much." So, and that's all about it. I mean, and that's why I gave for Pier 21, because I believed in Pier 21 to be the icon that will make us better Canadians. The icon that will recognize the contributions of immigrants to the culture, to the economy, and to the way of life in Canada.